tolling, Senator Tarte, that I am going to ask about. All across the state, we've had a lot of pushback. 2007, we moved forward tolling as being a way to solve our road financing problem.
Sure.
We had a lot of pushback all across the state, a lot of bills presented in this session to stop it. Those have been watered down a little bit. I'm hoping that we are able to, all across the state, stop it. Certainly, I hope that we have the political will here in Lake Norman to stop it. What do you see as alternatives to tolling as funding the roads?
Here's the fundamental question is, can we afford it? And who's going to pay for it? And that applies to whatever we're doing in government. And primarily, roads is a fundamentally critical responsibility of the state to provide for statewide roads and thoroughfares and stuff. What we've got is an issue where you've got a factor of 100 difference between the road demands and needs, all identified throughout all the regions across the state, and what the funding current revenue source will fund. And the way the gas tax, the motor fuel taxes, and so forth work currently, that revenue is actually diminishing for the natural reasons. Cars are more efficient, productive. As the cost goes up, people try to drive a little bit less, all those issues. So we basically, it comes down to at its most fundamental level, it's all about dollars. How do we pay for it and over what period of time? I will go back, and this is just me, because I could sit here and we'd just kind of politely answer, keep it high level, and just let it slide on down the road. The tolling road, I went back and looked up on the tweet I sent on January 15th, and I said, I believe at this point, the decision to toll I-77 has been made. And I believe that. And I believe it was made on the 15th. What has happened between the 15th of January and now is an opportunity, and I totally believe this, is everybody in elected positions, staff, NCDOT, the Charlotte region has said, is there information, things we can learn that would change our opinion of the need to do this? That's what's been going on for the last 2 or 3 months. What the current bills around tolling have been is to reestablish that any current general purpose lanes, our regular highways that are in place, will not be tolled, those lanes. But what's being investigated, explored, is as we add lanes, widen areas, to look at managed lanes as tolling as a viable alternative to do that. It has some good implications if it works. Now, and I'll give you where I have problems, because I think if we took a poll, if I just said everybody who wants all lanes and highways in the state of North Carolina to be tolled, we wouldn't get a hand, including myself. I mean, it's kind of a pain in the patoot if you think about it. But it's a mind shift in terms of, okay, how are we going to fund roads or look at roads? So some of the things that's going on is we're truly classically, and I've heard this, and I'm not on transportation. So as strange as it sounds, I don't deal with road issues other than somebody, asking the question, are we going to do 73 and widen it to 16? Or you hear residents saying we need 51 widened down in Mint Hill. Because it's not necessarily my expertise, and it's clearly not where I've been assigned responsibility, but it's still important to our constituents. But what's happening with tolling, we're the guinea pig. There is no question about it. To say, okay, if we're going to add lanes to an area, will it work and will it become a viable alternative funding source? To the point we would do this statewide on adding roads and eliminate. The good side would be two things. One is it would eventually phase out and eliminate the gas and motor fuel tax. One, we need to get it to where we're at least competitive with South Carolina. Two is they're looking at it as a means. Short term, it's allowed us to do two things, and I believe this will happen if they end up absolutely tolling. If they toll, there will be a set cap profit for the operator. The money's above that amount. Right now, there's a negotiation at the big chair level, and the Telluses and the Burgers of the world, that the excess would get to stay in the region. So we would have excess capacity capital to fund additional roads here rather than it going somewhere else, if we're kind of the ones taking the hit to do that.